Hey there, good morning. Wednesday morning, 7:43, all dressed up with nowhere to go right this second, that is. Hey man, your boy's kind of sore this morning and, well, I ain't gonna lie, I miss running and I miss working out, even though I just literally started doing both. But, work has been whooping my ass as of late, so hopefully that's counting as some sort of a workout. Hey, I'm not looking to get ripped overnight. It's going to be a process. And the fact that I'm fasting is the biggest and most important thing for at least trying to cut down on the stomach size a little bit. Remember, we're not doing this diet fad for any type of scale results. We're doing this simply for video results. We're going to keep tabs on if this is working or not, just in video. Do I look like I'm losing any weight? I had a little thought this morning as I begin this. The fasting has been something that I've gone to time and time again. And the reason for it is because in some regards, it's pretty easy for me to do, to starve yourself, essentially. And I think that goes back to my prison days. I hate to, bring that into the mix here, but, people say all I ever wear is an orange shirt. Well, now all I'm going to wear is an orange shirt. I got an orange chair, orange shirt. That's a little bit of a flex for me, I guess. Not much. Maybe that comes from being incarcerated as well. But, plenty of times when you're serving time, you're going to be hungry. You're going to be going without. So I think that I kind of got trained on how to fast from being in a situation where you weren't always guaranteed to be eating. I shared a story many years ago talking about being in isolation, being in the hole and having to eat toothpaste to kill the hunger pains. Just a little interesting tidbit right there. Anyways, I have no idea what the hell is going to take place today. So all I have on the schedule thus far is to go possibly, this isn't even guaranteed, do 2 interior doors at the customer's home who we did the garage door painting and the shutter painting and inserted the side garage door for. She's got 2 interior doors that, obviously were done very piss poorly. I don't know if her home was a flip prior to her purchasing it. Whatever the case, whoever did the work on her home previous really did some shit work. Her bedroom door doesn't even shut, for God's sakes, and her bedroom closet door doesn't even shut, for God's sakes. We're gonna have to take the door down because where the hinges are, they're stripped out. The screws ain't holding tightly. And then the door has been planed a little bit. I don't know what they used to plane it. It looks like possibly a sander with some 30 grit because they only tried to plane or shave off the top portion of the side of the door. But needless to say, both doors need to be removed. Both doors need to be planed. That means we're going to take the knobs off, and then we're going to have to fill with the little wooden dowels, the stripped out screw holes, put some wood glue in there, cut them suckers down, and then reattach the door hardware. The door hardware could be bad, the latches. And I've got some additional latches. Anyways, I share all of that with you because I had a tough time putting together that price. I wanted the price to be around $75 a door. I ended up making it about $85 a door. The price for that I put for 2 doors at $175. That's 30 minutes away to go out there and do roughly an hour's worth of work. We could have all of that shit done, both those doors, in an hour. Done 100 doors. So certainly nothing that would be too troublesome for us. She might not like that price though, $175 just to come fix 2 doors. I think that that's extremely reasonable. You're not paying me for my time, you are paying me for my time, but how's that saying go? You pay me for my knowledge. Joe, you don't got no knowledge. But I also gave her a quote for doing the closet delete. And I put that at $22.50. She definitely ain't gonna like that price. But that's 4 different days, I would imagine. We got to go out there. It's just a little, a little closet to get rid of, but there's going to be a ton of debris, chair rail, paneling, crown molding. No, man, there's Too many components to that. Flooring, new shelving. It's going to be, a good amount of work. So she may not be happy with these prices. Who the hell knows? So again, the only thing that potentially we got on the schedule for today are those doors. When I went and met with her the other day, and people said that I shouldn't have done so because I was getting paid by the day, being on the job we were with the guy with the luxury apartments, or the luxury rental properties, I should say, which are apartments, maybe condos and homes. They said, Joe, this guy's paying you by the day and you're going to leave for half of the day. I didn't leave for half of the day. I left for maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Essentially the same amount of time that Gene took a lunch break for. And by the time the day was done, we completed all things, or at least we checked off all things that were on the list that he had given us to do. And some of those things we weren't able to complete, like the tub drain, because we just couldn't get it out, or the light that we couldn't figure out, or there was a sink. I don't know if I shared with you the sink situation where the water pressure was so low, and it was because the freaking the water lines, they didn't have the twist, didn't twist freely from the threaded water line. It was actually connected, so when you twisted the frickin' twist to attach it, it was twisting up the frickin' water line. It must have been the cheapest thing that they had on Amazon or Ollie's. But anyways, man, I got way off track. Yeah, so I do want to clarify that, the man did pay us per day, and I truly feel like he got his money's worth out of us. Because if anything, we took care of a tub situation for him that could have cost thousands of dollars, and we took care of a countertop situation that could have cost thousands of dollars as well. So for him to pay us $500 for the day, I think that he definitely came off on top. Plus got some light fixtures installed and some touch-up painting done and some other things. He's the only other potential thing we could have going on today. I've got to meet with him today at 9 o'clock at another property of his, and we'll see. I guess all in all, in a perfect world scenario, I would like to be able to do the work on the doors, get that done in about an hour, and then go work with this guy today who has these rental properties. But I don't know. I don't know what he wants me to see at this next place. And I don't know how we work moving forward. Do you just continue to pay us per day? I tell you what, we could get that sink fixed today if we get a new faucet, and we can get that tub drain swapped out, because I got the game plan on how to do so better now. So who's to know? That would be a perfect world scenario. We're not going back over to the plaster repair job today. We're going to let that marinate for a day, and then tomorrow go back over there. I know we left that thing not looking the most ideal, especially on camera. That shit looked horrible. That skim coating on the ceiling. But trust and believe me, when it's all said and done, it's going to be, good. It'll be the way that it needs to be. It's going to be an ass load of sanding. Also, we kind of really need to get back out to that interior door job today, because we accidentally left my DeWalt battery charger out there. And let me tell you something. We didn't have a battery charger on that plaster repair job yesterday, and we had 2.5 charged batteries. And let me tell you how anxiety ridden it is being on a job and you're at the disposal of only the charged batteries that you have. And a battery charger, like, everything is expensive these days. So what does Lowe's have it for? Lowe's is going to have it for a higher price than Amazon. 20 volt DeWalt battery. I just want the charger. I got plenty of battery charger. 20 volt battery charger. $119? $119. Is there anybody on Facebook selling one of these for less? You got to know that there are. Any stolen ones available on Facebook? Not that I would purchase one of those, because I know what it's like to have your tools stolen. Anyways, let me figure all of this out, figure out where today is going to take us, and I'll share more in just a little bit. All right, hello there. It is 8:39 in the morning, and getting the show on the road with not a lot of idea of how today is going to play out. So, to reiterate, I sent the proposal for the interior doors for the customer from Friday. Told the customer on Friday that they were the priority. A repeat customer, damn right. Because they were talking about some big work, deleting the closet, deleting half of their deleting half of their back deck. But then comes this interior door job that I put together at $175, and the deleting the closet I put at $22.50. So I send that proposal and I haven't heard back from them. Now I did say and tell them that we could, you know, be available on Wednesday, but I haven't heard back from them since I sent that proposal. Now, of course, I need to hit them up this morning and just say, hey, did you get the proposal? Because they never respond to my emails, or they very rarely do. And I don't know why. Hell, when I went to go look at the work and I got to the house, it took her like 15 minutes just to come answer the door, 10 minutes just to come answer the door. So if I hit her up and say, hey, just wanted to see if you got that, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, sure, come on. But I'm heading somewhere else right now. I'm gonna go meet with the guy who is paying us the day rate. And I'm getting ready to go meet with him at another house of his now. And this is a nice house that has a nice historical house that has, it's a beautiful home, is all I'm trying to say. Freaking traffic is a nightmare already. And he's already given me another list of things to do over here. And it's a decent list. I'd like to be able to do both of these jobs. He's already given me the list. You know, could we get all of this done in half of a day? I've hit Gene up, told him, come on. Could we get all of this done in half of a day with no battery charger and then go handle the doors? That could be done as well. I know all of this is wishful thinking, so let's just get to where we're going. See what we see. And then we'll have to reach out to this lady about these doors and figure that out. Can we take care of both of these today? That would be beautiful. Hey there. Just getting over to this house and yikes. Damn, son. Obviously that's getting replaced, right? Holy shit, man. They got a nice one going on here. So, you know, real quick, let me share with you a little bit about who this guy is that I'm doing this day labor for. He is a realty and construction guy. He's got a company that do realty and construction. And I think he's buying and flipping houses. I think that's what he's got going on. I mean, this is freaking nice. Holy shoot, this is nice. Look at the damn door. Wow. Yeah, I mean, they're putting some nice stuff up in here. What's up with that? That doesn't open and shut that good. What? I guess that's the way they're supposed to open here. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, look at the freaking, this thing is massive. Okay, I want to go out and look at the backyard. Not that there's probably much of one at all here, but they've redone all of the walls in here. They've put knockdown on all of the walls. They've already painted in here. Yeah. Blasted it out. 2 toilets that need to be installed. I think he wants us to do that. Yeah. yeah, I just think, you know, the best bet, look at all that flooring still left. Holy shit. Who's your flooring guy? Let's look at the upstairs of this thing. Brand new stair treads. Stairs are really solid. And then it looks like oh wow. They've already got this thing damn near done. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. Already did their carpet. There's the toilet. Wow. Nice shower. I'm looking at the quality of work that's been done in here too. And you know, the quality of work is good. It's decent quality. I can't argue with it. I can't knock it. He's definitely got some good guys. Brand new windows in this place. But you got the slums. Literally right there. Little shithole apartment complex. Yeah. Imagine spending what you're going to spend for this house, which is probably going to be $450 with a 6% interest rate. I'd look it up. It probably, what we got? 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms. Little hall bath. Look at this weird situation right here. Well, definitely putting the toilet right there. Oh, we need a water supply line. I think they got that capped off. I'm sure they do. Wonder if they have the water cut off in here. Vanity needs to go right there. Water supply lines need to be put on. So what is it, 3 bedroom? I don't think I saw a bedroom downstairs. Good size rooms, massive home. I'd assume this thing is well over 2,000 square feet. I'd assume it's probably about 2,000. That's a little death trap right there. Beautiful, beautiful home. And this is a guy that I definitely want to get in with. I want to do everything for this guy. But do I want to do it at a day labor rate? Now, there's some pros and cons about a day labor rate. A day labor rate, hey, we get done what we get done in a day. But doing the piecework, you know, could you make more money? You're saying, hey, look, we'll put the kitchen in for, you know, X amount of dollars. The problem is with a guy like this, he's probably not going to want to spend, you know, the money to pay for, that's a nice Lazy Susan right there. He's probably not going to want to spend the money, you know, to pay per piece. Just get some guys in who can do things and keep the job moving. Sounds about what it is. So he should be here soon. I'm getting ready to meet with him. And let me look at the list that he sent me of what he's wanting us to get done, I'm guessing today. And then I need to reach out to the other customer and find out what we're doing. Oh yeah, they don't even got the lock on the back door. They've got a bag of Quikrete holding it down. Does the light, does power work in here at all? The lights do work, okay. That light works, okay. No light in there though. And I really like the beautiful home. I'm gonna look this sucker up and see what I can find out about it. 9:57 in the morning and nothing going on over here. This is the 3rd property for the real estate guy and nothing we can do here. I texted him and told him, you know, everything that was missing, and he said he was just under the impression we were coming to look at things today and we weren't going to do any work. And I said, yep, no problem. We can move on to some other customers. But to be honest, it don't look like we got no other customers to move on to. So I tried to message the lady who we did the garage door and the shutters and the side garage door for, and who were supposed to do the closet delete and deck delete and the interior doors for $175. I said, hey, just wanted to see if you got that proposal. And she ain't messaged me back. I texted her. You know, she don't usually respond to my emails. Now it doesn't look like she responds to my text, neither. So that really puts us in a pickle because we ain't got shit to do if we ain't got that. So I just messaged the drywall job from yesterday, the curve plaster repair people, and I said, hey, I'd like to stop by there today, take a look at things. I know that shit's gonna be wet as dog shit. Given the fact that, you know, the curve itself has about 6 coats of mud on it. No bullshit, that shit'll take a week to dry. But if we get over there today, hopefully we can wet sand and point up some shit, because that ceiling's gonna need some hella loving. So they told me they'd be back in about an hour, so we're gonna go over there. I had to send Gene home for a little bit because we don't have a DeWalt charger. I was talking about the DeWalt charger situation. $120 at Lowe's, or 112 bucks at Lowe's just for the charger. But for 150, they'll give you 2 nice batteries plus a charger at, I think, Home Depot. But I ain't got that kind of money to be spending right now. I needed some additional money to be coming in today. So let's look at where we're at off of this plaster repair job that was $1,500. I'm saying $200 on materials. What did I spend yesterday when I went to Lowe's? 100 bucks. And then I used a bucket of my own mud that I had left over. So let's change that. Let's make it $130, $40 on materials thus far. Plus paying Gene, that was $160. Plus today, if I paid him a full day, that's already $460. Plus tomorrow, if I paid him a full day, that's $620 minus $1,500. I would make $880 off of that job. That's all I can ask for. Can't ask for anything more. So far this week, I've made $300 on Monday, and then I've got the potential of making roughly $880 off of this job. That puts me at $1,100 for the week. I need some additional work. Definitely need some additional work. All right, let me figure out how long it's gonna take me to get over to this plaster repair job. Let's go over there, see how things look, and see if we can get this thing damn near to completion today. Hey, if we're gonna be there, why not? Okay, 10:09 in the morning, and now I'm on my way to the plaster repair job, and oh my God, what I'm getting ready to share with you is, God, I don't like using that D word, but yo, this is a perfect case where it belongs at. Yo, let me tell you something. So my wife, with her career, and she's very successful in her career, but she says from time to time, this person used ChatGPT to respond, or to do this, or they hit me with a ChatGPT response. And I never really fully understood what that meant until now. Folks, we're on our way to the plaster repair job, and thank God that we are, right? Because I just got a response from the interior door and pantry delete customer. Very nice lady. And she hit me with the ChatGPT response. Like I said, I had no idea what that meant until now, because I read this email response. It's not a text message. We're keeping things professional here, you know, on her end. She hits me with this ChatGPT response, and this shit don't make no sense at all. But clearly, it's a ChatGPT response. And obviously, it is due to the fact that there's an issue with the pricing. So I'm trying, before I find a suitable place to be able to share this email response with you, I'm trying to think to myself, like, what type of a prompt would you put in? What type of a prompt would you put in to generate this type of response? And you know what? I know the perfect place that I'm about to pull over at. I'm about to pull over at some old apartments that we used to paint at. A property that I kind of miss a little bit, not too much. It was a company that was relatively good to me, if there were any companies that wore. But, you know, the old painting business apartment days are certainly over. And, you know, more than likely, and realistically, the painting days are pretty much over. Now, don't get me wrong, that house that we just left from, where they did all of that drywall work, they used green top for their knockdown. I could tell because there were 30 buckets of empty green top. Yeah, here we are. This is where them old apartments were. Hopefully the maintenance man won't see me, because he's gonna know my truck immediately. Yeah, man, these joints right here, though. Hey, these were a son of a bitch to paint, too. Oh, my God, they were. Did a lot of work for this particular property. Maintenance man nitpicked a lot of the shit that we did, but, you know, rightfully so. We weren't perfect by no stretch, no matter how I tried to spin it, saying that we would be. Just because you want to be definitely doesn't mean that you will be. You are only as good as your weakest link. And when every link in your chain is weak, you ain't even got no chain. I got hit with a ChatGPT frickin' response. What type of a prompt did she put in? ChatGPT, help me formulate a response saying, where in the God blessed hell are you coming up with these numbers to justify this type of pricing? I'm actually not gonna park at the apartments right here. I'm gonna park at this medical center right next to it. Here we go. Plenty of parking right here, just in case the maintenance man is floating around. I don't want him to see me trespassing on the property, because, well, that's what I would be doing. Where's that sun glaring from? Yeah, we'll just park right here. That's good enough. Yo, tell me how you're supposed to respond to this. So I sent the email saying, well, I just sent the email with the proposals. And then I texted her this morning trying to follow up on that. She hits me with this morning. Hi, Joe. Thanks so much for meeting yesterday and for the quick turnaround on the proposals. I have received them and am reviewing them now. A brief comparison highlighting the key differences and cost between the door and the pantry options would be greatly appreciated to aid my decision-making process. Let's connect tomorrow to discuss further. Thanks again. Oh shit, and then at the end of it, it says, I have decided, it says, thanks again, best, and then the customer's name. And then underneath of that, it says, I have decided to do the interior doors ASAP, then floors, and pergola over the garage. This lady wants me to build a freaking pergola. Man, what the world? Over the garage, needed estimate for that, then the pantry. Please send estimate for the deck also. Yo, if you thought $2,200 was going to be expensive for this pantry, and here's the crazy damn thing. Let's read that again. She says, I have received them and am reviewing them now. A brief comparison highlighting the key differences and cost between the door and the pantry options would be greatly appreciated to aid my decision-making process. Let's connect tomorrow to discuss further. Is that all one sentence? It's not. Yo, I gave her a breakdown on the pantry. I said, install crown, install chair rail, install paneling, install flooring, remove and dispose of debris, shelving, to be determined by the customer, to be determined and purchased by the customer. That's not a part of the quote. Install shelving. What more is there to discuss? A brief comparison highlighting the key differences and cost between the door and the pantry options would be greatly appreciated. Well, here's the comparison. You either do it or you don't. It's either $0 or it's $2,250. Oh my God, man, I saw a meme. Oh man, what did that meme say? They said, hey, I'm having a little bit of problems trying to understand this quote. Can you break it down for me? And they said, sure. Cost to do the job, $4,500. Cost for me not to do the job, $0. And I think that that's perfect. But yo, I did break it down. ChatGPT, like, why are we involved here? Why are you involved in this? But here's the only point that I'm gonna take from this. We're gonna connect tomorrow. Because now, I'm already going out to the island. And as if a DeWalt battery charger was something that I need for today to go do that job, to go do these interior doors, which I would love to still be able to do today. So we're gonna see if we can swing this. I gotta go all the way back through my neck of the woods, pick up my planer, pick up some wood dowels from Lowe's or somewhere, make sure we got wood glue, and go take care of these damn doors. So she says she's trying to do the doors ASAP. Does that mean she's trying to do them today? Hey, what do you do when you get a ChatGPT answer? What do you do when somebody hits you with the ChatGPT response? Yo, that shit is worse to me than the thumbs up. You know, the new age people, whoever they are they Gen Y or whatever, YZ, whatever they refer to themselves as, Gen Zs, say that the thumbs up is offensive. I think it is too. Oh God, this is gonna be Gene telling me he ain't got no battery charger. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
On my way to you.
Cool, you got that battery charger?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're awesome. All right, I'll see you over there.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye. Let's get to the job and try to figure all this shit out. That's where the damage was at. So the sticker there, remember we had to mud it before we skimmed it. Woo. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I forgot to put it on this morning. I'm musty. Woo! 12:14 in the afternoon and it's eating time. I got me 2 bananas and a pear. Joe has been doing pretty good with this fasting, and also, you know, what I've been eating when I'm eating, and I'm still not eating any sugar. I don't want to say I'm sugar-free or keto or anything like that just yet, or carnivore, but I'm watching my figure. Figuratively speaking, at that. All right, so we're just leaving from that plaster work, and you know, realistically, it was way too wet to be messing with it. Oh my God, I'm behind the trash truck now. Thank God he's turning. We tried to get air on it, we tried to get heat on it, but again, you know, we ended up damaging some wet spots that we had to point up, but we had to do point up work anyways. Got a little bit of an idea of what it was going to be looking like, you know, and it's going to look good now. Ain't no doubt about that. We got her ass. So tomorrow we'll go finish that job up. Probably take us 2.5 hours to get it wrapped up tomorrow. So long as we don't have to do any additional mud work. I got to haul ass to my storage unit, pick up my planer. Sorry, seatbelt's on. I got to haul ass to my storage unit, pick up my planer. And then we got to haul ass all the way across the map just to go make 175 bucks. I'm going to ask the customer when we get over there, hey, what you mean by that? In relation to your ChatGPT questionnaire. Are you just looking for a cost breakdown? Because here's what you're looking for. Got it all figured out now that I think about it. You're looking for how you can deduct from that price. Oh, well, shit, you know, hey, if we could save anywhere, that's what it is. Is that drywall mud? What the hell is on my lip? Ah! Duh! Must be. Jeez Louise. Oh. All right, more parables. I'm flying by the seat of my pants across town to a job that I am in no hurry to get to. How's that for an oxymoron? The shit that I be saying sounds like ChatGPT. Yo, so here's the reality of the situation, why I say all of that. We're gonna go do these interior doors. They'll take us an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I have everything that I need to be able to get this job done. I just stopped at my storage unit. I know exactly how to do this. I know how to do this effectively, efficiently, fast. But literally, it's going to take us an hour and a half to do. I mean, I'm making $175 off of this job. I'm paying Gene for the day $160. Now you're probably asking yourself, Joe, why are you even putting Gene to work? You know, you should go do this one by yourself. You're absolutely right. But he's my dude. And if we get this thing wrapped up as quick as I think that we will, he's going to clean out my truck for the rest of the day to earn that pay. Because here's the crazy thing. The only money that I'm bringing in today is $175. Now, I've got a $1,500 drywall repair job in limbo that we've been working on, and I'll get paid from that tomorrow. But for today, your boy's only making $10. Hey, this is why that painting business failed right here. Yeah, it is. Don't tell my wife I'm out here working for $10 a day. I made more money with a prison job, making 35 cents an hour type shit. I mean, that's what it feels like. That's probably not necessarily true, but that's damn sure what it feels like. Ain't much more than working 8 hours in the kitchen for 35 cents an hour. I mean, it ain't much more. So, sharing all of that with you, and to mention that I got the $1,500 drywall job, you know, $160 gets taken off of my overhead on that job. So I was going to make roughly $880 off of that job. We'll add $160 to it. That's going to be my total profit. Divide that by the 3 days that, you know, we've been tied up with it, and then that's what I've made per day. But let's just say, you know, it's around $300 a day. Well, shit, I might as well be doing the day rate working for the real estate dude, because that's what I'm making with him, essentially. After paying Gene, maybe a little bit more than that. But that's not guaranteed neither. And let me share a little bit more about it. I haven't even heard from this guy today, since this morning. Sorry, that was Gene texting me. I had to take care of that. Yeah, so I haven't heard from this guy since this morning. So here's the thing about it. Originally, I was supposed to be meeting with that guy over at that house that we looked at. I go over there, he gives me the punch out list. I go over there and I tell him, hey, we can't do toilets because there's no water valves. We can't do vanities because there's no water valves, plus there's no vanities. We can't do window blinds because there's no window blinds. We can't do this because of that and this because of that. He hits me back and he says, oh, I thought you were just going over there to look at it. Okay. And then again, I don't hear from this guy anymore. Yo, I just saved this guy a trip. And I did that for free, out of the kindness of my heart. But, you know, I do hope that it materializes with that guy. I would love to be his go-to for everything he has going on. And with as many properties as he has, that surely could be some steady work, I would imagine. Hey, let's go do some doors. Yeah, check how it operates. Make sure it operates the good way, because sometimes when you put these screws in first, it can flex it and kind of make it too tight on you. Shout out to Gene working. I know Gene gets tired of watching me play. All right, so we fixed the first one. Planed everything. Open the chest correctly. Look at that, boy. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, one more. Sorry. And while we're here, Gene, you can actually see, here's the bathroom floor. We're going to be doing this next week.
Nice.
Both the bathrooms.
You can show me where she wants that closet to come out too.
Yeah, she's wanting to, we're waiting on that right this second.
Okay.
But, so we're going to rip up all this Luan, and then we're going to put LVP down.
You want to put the padding for the LVP over?
No.
You don't really have to take the vinyl off if you don't want. If you're just going over it with LVP, actually this would help keep it level.
Yeah, and the, yeah, that is an option, actually. Hold on, Gene, wrong door.
Oh.
Make sure that one shuts. That one does shut, right? Yeah, it's this door.
Okay.
About to take the wrong damn door. You can see that.
Same problem.
So again, you got that flex with the hinge.
And I think because they're rubbing in the middle, Joe, if you look at the top of the door, I think that's what's causing the hinges to bow like that.
Yeah, she's rubbing all right there.
Yep. And it's right there when the hinges start flexing.
All right, well, we'll replace the hinges too.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
2:45 in the afternoon, both doors are completed, and the second door had a little bit of issue. We got it all fixed, and then the damn thing wouldn't latch because the latch was out of whack, and that didn't have nothing to do with us. That's just something that we didn't notice. And how could we have noticed? Because the damn door wouldn't shut in the first place anyways. So we adjusted the latch. That took a little bit, but nothing major. And we didn't even get over here. Realistically, we didn't even get to work until probably about 1:15 over here. Don't you fall. But shout out to Gene. He held it down today. Gave him a full day. He made 160. I made 15. Ooh, we got the police up here. And sometimes it just be like that. It is what it is. Like I said, my money's coming off of that plaster repair job. We'll get that done tomorrow. And boy, they getting the canine out. What you getting out the trunk of the car, canine? Oh, accident. Had a little fender bender. I thought he was pulling the canine out. All in a day's work. The lady wants us to build a pergola. She doesn't want to, she wants to do the closet, but she wants to put the closet off for a little bit. Felt like it was a very fair price for the doors, 2 doors, 175 bucks. That's good. Haven't heard from anybody else work-wise, and we kind of need to. I've really been putting a lot of eggs in the basket of this real estate guy, but you can't put all your eggs, or put your eggs, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm all out of proverbs for today. We'll start looking for more work. We're certainly going to have plenty of advertising material from all of this work that we've done, and we'll find some work. There's work. And we're finding it already, so I know that we will. It's 2:48 in the afternoon. I'm gonna fight hell with traffic. That concludes today. We got through it. You know, realistically, it went as good as it was gonna go. Obviously, I wanted to be doing some day rate for dude and working on the plaster job and going and doing these doors, and that's just being greedy. And it's unrealistic to think that we could have done all of those things. So it worked out perfectly. We got a job done. I was able to give Gene a day's pay, and I'll collect mine on the back end. It just adds to the profit line that I'll be seeing off of that plaster job. And sometimes that's the way it's got to work out. Hey, thanks for taking the time. Some kind of way, I hope this was a video you guys enjoyed. Let me know. I look forward to sharing more with you guys tomorrow as we conclude that curved plaster job, and God only knows what else we find ourselves getting into. Take care.